Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 22 of Final Fantasy XIV, Hanantasy XIV. We just watched the Evercold trailer, and that was terrible. That was terrible. The Evercold trailer showed us nothing. It told us nothing. It had nothing. So I'm fairly disappointed. Welcome to today's episode. Return to the Waking Sands, and again, let's head on in to the video game. Like so. Do not mind the extremely handsome killer elephant chicken. All right, let's log in and have some fun. Yeah, the Evercold trailer. We have rewatched it again, and we did a little bit of frame by frame and scene by scene. There was nothing in it outside of our main character, Derplander, going Reaper. That was terrible. I'm sure we're gonna see more when it comes to the trailer and the add-on when we're going towards the end of the year, because it's gonna come out January 27, and I think on the Japanese Fan Fest we're gonna see more, and on the German Fan Fest as well. But so far, there's nothing in it. There is absolutely nothing. So let's get back to Tataru and do our main quest. Oh well. So at least 4 months of not more information. The American Fan Fest is currently, and I'm kind of glad I am not in Anaheim, because I would be fairly disappointed, and everybody would probably be clapping and yapping and going like, "Woo, Evercold!" And there's just nothing in there. So, well, if it isn't my favorite adventurer, welcome back, Isolif. Lady Minfilia awaits you within the solar. Please enter at your leisure. Guys, twitch.tv/Hanazaki, live play HCTV on YouTube. Come on live and you can have stuff like our, the stream. You can become a Pokemon, you can be seen on the stream. It's called the Godless Realms Saga Evercold. Yes, that should be the case, because in the trailer we see Azum's crystal shattering and they're trying to connect the 12. So the gods that reigned over the 12 are, well, the fox is listening, so I can't say anything about it. So, because that would be spoiler. So, yes. Fox, do you want to say something? No? She's shaking her head. She could also say no, but she's shaking her head, which you can't see, so I have to translate. I am given to understand that the matter of Ramu has finally been resolved. What would be spoiler? Well, the two gods of the Asyans and the Scions, there is a result there, right? So that would be a spoiler, so I can't say anything. I am given to understand that the matter of Ramu has been finally resolved. I fear resolved bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightly claim. I am well satisfied with that the Lord of Levin will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How far is the investigation? Well enough. Thancred is sparing no effort. There are many and one, just as you expected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. I have been meaning to ask, but is Alice quite well? I feel as if I have scarcely seen her in the recent days. Oh, you haven't, nor have I, alas. Alice has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl, but you may be assured that our destination remains the same. On that note, I take my leave of you. I trust Baldesian report will serve you well. I take it we can proceed as discussed? What do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act. good to see you again, Isolif. Thanks for the claps, I guess. I've been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the 12's Wood. Owing your efforts, a conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud. With that, we can strike Ramu from the list. Who's next? The Sahagin and Leviathan? The Lord of Whirl has not answered his minion's call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahagin remain aggressive as ever, they lack quantity crystals required to call forth their god. As with the Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices for the time at least. I really don't want to see that. I want to see the trailer material. I want to see the trailer material and I want to be surprised by the trailer. For a time, bears repeating, we can ill afford to fall complacent. It is as Ishtal says, unless we know that the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when a next primal will return to plague the land. This being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any word in Titan? The Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long, you may depend on it. Indeed, so then all of the known primals have been active in the recent times. We are left with Gridania. Wait, I mean Garuda, who is the primal of the Ixal who live near Gridania. Yes, that's what I meant. So many qualms to cover. Would that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we should not long have wanted a more practicable solution. He's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief? But one sure step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs, under the sage guidance of the Seed Seers. I bid you all a moment's respite, you have earned it. Is there something else, Isolif? Beg pardon? A man named Lahabrea, sporting a red mask and robed in black? 12 preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Ashians took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? God, this bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this Lahabrea. Learn that we can all from him and his designs. I dread this to... Yeah! Tataru! Oh! Look who's it? Noraxia? A Sylph? And Tanalon? Noraxia. At long last, this one finds walking one Isolif. This one, most dependable of these ones, is sent by Elder Frixio to help the walking ones. This one is called Noraxia. This one comes as a friend. Let these ones be friends. You're still smaller than the Sylph. Pleasure to meet you, Noraxia. Alrighty. Enter the Viking's Sansa. Speak to Minfilia again, okay. Click to mini. So yes, Tartar is as ready to express her fright as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged of the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite. Izalith, drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Ascians' presence, but that they have grown so brazen to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. And we get 33 more teleport tickets, so we can return to the Waking Sands more often. Shadow of Darkness. I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary, Izalith. We must delve further into the motivations of the asked man. The Ascian, known as Laha Blabla. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present we know little and less about the Ascians, only that destruction follows their wake. I should not be surprised if these things are behind the chaos that wrecks up the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. And I will do all in my power to get my itchy nose away. So, also my left arm hurts, guys. I have been working quite a lot today and my left arm kind of hurts.
Guys, please comment in the comments below what you think he was doing with his...
Not what you were thinking, but yes, my left arm really hurts today. Earlier I did a lot of forwards and backwards motions, ups and downs. That's what I did, but not what you think. Earlier I sent word to each grand company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can't ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah to inquire further. How you go on about the investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Izalith. But thank God today is... that one. So tomorrow is a rest day. You haven't listened to it.
I've been busy. I've been very busy. We normally listen to it together during the day. I'll listen to it now.
You spicy little fart!
Yes, I deserved that.
Show me your... Alright. Next time you visit the Waking Sands, right? That one.
To be fair, I get it live next Friday.
True. Guys, in case you don't know, I has made company and company friends, and we have two pillars of entertainment in our company. Every Wednesday we listen to a Wednesday Frog, that thing, and every Friday we listen to Rebecca Black's Friday. Every single one. We have done so for, my god, 3.5 years now. When a bad joke becomes reality, and henceforth we have listened to that one every single Friday, 56 days, 56 times a year. So yes, that is absolute reality. That is not a joke. We actually do that, and I rarely forget. I maybe forget it once or twice a year, maybe. And I get immediately shamed that I didn't send a Wednesday frog or Friday.
Yes, he does.
I don't want to have any updates, Sani, on the systems that they're changing. I want to see it in trailer. I want to see the finalized trainer, what changes. I don't want to have any information. I like to go in things blindly. But yes, I get massively shamed when I do not send the Wednesday frog or Friday. Hence why the fox just had a very shocked face because she didn't listen to Friday.
To be fair, I was at work when you sent it to me.
We will see updates on the systems on the very last trailer. There will be a trailer what changes in the game. So there will be stuff. So it's gonna be fine. Please, not spoiling anything. The Masked Man, huh? You come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there has been sighting of this rogue near about Eastern Tunalan. A brass blade stationed at High Bridge describes him in detail when he alerts us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I am afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Kikirin. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be quick to despair. Being situated on the trade route, High Bridge sees a fair share of travelers. Folks are always coming and going, and some among them may have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow always starves for customers, and he's no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have the coin or the mind to spend it. I like zero spoilers. I'm really one of those people who wants absolutely zero spoilers and goes in as blind as I can, because I have the most joy coming from it and finding out for myself what changes, what happens, etc. So I'm a man of no spoilers. You should know that, Sani, because every time we went on Henny's food tours, I said to you, I don't want to know anything about the restaurant we're going to. I want to go in there blind. You should know that. I'm gonna call you out here. So, let's see. Shadow of Darkness. I know the next trial is at 34. That would be... yeah, well, the next trial is at 34. I'm not gonna say what it is, obviously. Because I don't wanna Mary Poppins the story and know things that I should not know, so. Okie dokie, there we have Hihibaru. Welcome to High Bridge, adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man, hmm? I'm not so sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after that masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of my many rumors I've heard. If you linger for a while, you will learn a thing or two, eh? When the Order of Nauthal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that High Bridge would turn into a bustling hub of pilgrims. But thanks to the nigh endless beastman raids, folks are too afraid to come within a malm of here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I am loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good though, no. For my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you would like to browse my wares. Spend a bit of coin on a struggling merchant. And masking man, blah. I'll take your blood, masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go ask the other merchants. Alrighty, let's ask the other merchants. Let's ask the other merchants. Yeah, I have heard the tales of the masked devil. Seems to be appearing not only around High Bridge, but elsewhere in Tunalan too. Enough folk have reported seeing him convince me that there is more than a figment of an imagination. But little is known about him otherwise. And I have the hickeys. the hickey uppies. Because I ate dinner quite late and I still have a very full stomach. So I am still very full. And we have our next adventurer, merchant. On the trail of the masked man, I have seen of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. It's said he wears black hooded robe and looks right suspicious. And that's about all I can say, little though it is. Alright, there's our third one. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking around. Folks have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the Kikirin raids, but none but the most devout of pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. Okay, so let's go back to Shishibaru. Sounds like a bleach weapon. Hyorinmaru! Shishibaru. Unare Hainiko. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for the rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Kikirin raids are so constant, so organized, that we're beginning to suspect someone's orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, but most of us do. But that doesn't mean that I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. I finally got some honest to God's information about your masked man. That was quick. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own two eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business. Oh, you did that in that short amount of time, sure. When I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over a tower's respite, curious, I took myself to find a masked man. Your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by the fire. And as if in answer, some of Kikirin appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far of an earshot to hear much of anything. After the group has dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use the smoldering coal to start fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous. I shouldn't doubt it. But you have proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So what do you think? That's some sound, reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well worth all the lingering about you have been doing, wouldn't you say? Alrighty. So, linga, you're looking at eye candy again, I saw that.
Hey, I got the choice between dark or light.
That's the wrong button. We gotta call out the eye candy, right? We gotta call it out. I'm surprised we haven't had many more flashbangs so far. We're currently on flashbang 25. The next one will be 26. I would have thought that we would get more of them, because they definitely use a lot of flashbangs in the later stages of the game. So a little bit low on the background noise, Tanalan. Would you play some music, please? So smoke is up here somewhere.
There's no musicians today here.
No, there is one right in front of you.
Oh, they've only just arrived though. Wasn't there a second ago?
But yes, there is your musician. Every single time in Gridania there is a musician. Every single time. So let's make a smoke screen, smoldering coal. And we have a, what's this? A normal bandit. Okay. A normal bandit. Down he goes. Present the ward. Oh, we're already done here. Okay, sure. So move. So what are you up to, Fox?
I need to level up slightly to be able to do my next class quest.
Oh. Remember, your conjurer has a dot and you want to have that dot up all the time. Usually you dot only when there is a harder mob, like a boss fight, for example. If your enemy...
Which is my number 2.
Yes. When the enemy dies below 30 seconds, you're not getting the value out of it. But might as well put it on, right? It is extra damage. So, might as well. Fortunately for the fox, her very first tank for her very first healing dungeon was quite nice and pulled very, very slowly.
Yes, after they... Well, we saw it on stream, but after they actually wrote in the chat, I said, "Hi guys, very, very new first time healer here." And they went, "Oh yeah, let's pull everything and give her a heart attack." Really nice people.
So...
Sounded very much like Hannah.
So, about 3 days ago, I did a daily with my main character because I'm doing relic farm currently. And there was someone who was very first time healer. And I said trial by fire and I sprinted. That is exactly how I would teach the fox.
But I mean, hang on. Give me a moment of I don't know. I can't English today. Now, remember what I said yesterday? No, not yesterday. The day before yesterday evening. Or during the day, I can't remember. I said, I'm not so sure about being a healer. I need a little bit of reassurance. I need to feel comfortable. Can we do my very first dungeon at least together in a group?
Yeah.
And I didn't. See, you should be proud of me.
Very proud of you. And if you want to burn in hell, you have to queue with me as a tank. Because trial by fire, I think, is the best way to learn the game.
Yes. I want to be in a dungeon with you.
Well, not now though. We have to focus on the story. Back so soon. Were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? This scroll, it bears a prayer to Ralger, the Destroyer, which is my god of choice. In case you're unfamiliar, Ralger is the guardian deity of Alamigo, which currently is under Gaulean rule. It is highly uncommon for folk of the other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last guild that your assailant was an Alamigan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected, I must confess. The merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That same merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness besides. Are you certain that you would rather not take things nice and slow here at High Bridge? And I want to have this a little bit bigger, actually, for the stream. The Alamigan bandit you had run in with is somehow connected to a masked man of mystery. So it stands to reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head towards the little Alamigo over the southern Tunnelon. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is the favorite destination for the refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Ulda. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in. And for all intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not so warm welcome. Now that I'm not certain how much help she will be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who has relocated to Little Alamigo. Her name is Hira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you send my love. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. Good dad. I suppose this is it then. I had hoped that you would linger here for a while, call some friends, call some fiends, spend some coin, what have you. But something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best. I have a question, Fox. Also, chat, Sani and Co. We have watched the trailer in English. We have in-game sound voiceover in Japanese. Should we switch to English?
No.
That was a very quick no. Okay, no.
But that's just my opinion.
I know, because for the stream it might be nice, because I actually don't want the viewers to read text. So,
Good point.
so can we just simply change it out here? Can we see sound? Can we do that in here? Or do we have to go outside? We probably have to change it outside of the game. Let's do something, guys, because I'm actually not unsure to do it in English or not. You guys can sound off in the comments down below and on stream, obviously. But let's wheel it. Let's wheel it and let's go English voiceover and Japanese voiceover. And let's do a best of 5. So the first 1 to 3 will win. So let's see. Let's do a best of 5. So we have 1 for English voiceovers. So we have English voiceovers. Because I don't actually want you guys to read. But now we have a 1-on-1. So the Japanese voiceovers are gaining 1 point. I'm very, very torn with this. The English voiceover is taking the lead. So we have match point for English voiceovers. Apparently the wheel is also undecided. We have match point now. So whoever wins is gonna be the voiceovers for the future, I guess. And it's the Japanese voiceovers. So we're staying on the Japanese ones. Hana. Yes, I'm here. What's going on? The panic. I can sense panic. What Hana? There is another trailer.
Oh.
There is another trailer. There is another trailer. We're at the end of the episode, so might as well throw it in, right?
I would say wait for the next episode and throw it in.
Oh,
Because that
that's,
way
yeah.
people have to sit on the side of their seats.
That is good, like cliffhanger. I need that trailer though.
But we're not that mean. Yes.
First of all, thanks for the subscription, Sandy. Now you can use my stupid emote. I need the link for the trailer, please. We're in Little Alamigo. We are at the end of this episode. Sunny is probably forging the link for me. So for now, thank you very much for watching. Let's watch the trailer in between here. So I'm curious what we will see because I have no clue what it is. Guys, twitch.tv/Hanazaki, live play HZTV on YouTube. Come into the live stream, have fun with us, become a Pokemon. That's got to be on the Twitch side. If you just want to hang out, YouTube side is fine as well. Thank you very much for watching. You know where to find us. And we are in trailer season now. So exciting. Except if they don't show anything. Take care.